Hey darlings, today I want to talk about anxiety and insecurity because I had kind of more of an anxiety day, but weirdly enough, it wasn't as bad as it normally would be. So, one of the things that happened was I have this cute little travel trailer camper thing. It's adorable, it's very small, and getting it anywhere terrifies me. I don't know why. So my ex-partner was kind enough to borrow a work truck and haul it from the RV place to my house so I could put some stuff in there. And then the entire time he was hauling it, I was terrified that it would fall over, that it would just tip and just smash and everything would be broken. I don't know why. I didn't have insurance on it at that moment because all the insurance places closed by the time I got it. So that was part of it. Worried that I had just taken out this large loan, which I am not a fan of doing, but taking out this large loan, so I owe the bank all this money, and then here's the thing, and I didn't get gab coverage on it, and it was very nerve-wracking. It was very nerve-wracking. Anyway, so it was at the house, and it was I still had anxiety. I was like, people are gonna break in to my adorable little camper, and they're gonna poop in it. And it's winterized, so it would be really bad if they pooped in it because I don't know what happened, but it just feels like it would be bad. Just don't want anyone in there. I don't want them pooping. I don't want them smoking. I don't know why those were worries. Anyway, just weird anxiety. Like I check it every day and be like, is there any tampering? And then I had to move it again to where it's going to stay for a bit. So there's a marina, and they do all year long, like hosting of things, of boats and campers. And so I needed to get it there. And so I called a tow company. I was like, hey, can you haul my little thing? And then of course, even the phone call was anxiety producing because they're like, oh, how long is it? I don't know how long it is. I have no idea. Is it big? I don't know. And they're like, oh, well, what kind of tow hitch does it need? I don't know. I don't know anything about this thing. I have no idea. So it was really awesome. I'm like, yeah, a 7-point tow hitch? Is that what you need? I don't. And I'm like, oh, it's 2,200 pounds? It's small? It's small. Like, does that help? It's not feet. It's small. I don't know. That was fun. Because I love when people ask me questions and I have no idea and I feel really dumb because I probably should know those things. So that was fun. That was a great time. So anyway, dude comes out with his little tow truck thingamaburb, and he had to go up into the lawn and had to back up very precisely, and he like kind of bonked into it. I'm like, oh, which I assume very gently bonking into it is totally fine. But I just pictured the entire thing breaking, just everything snapping and it just falling over, just like a fainting goat. Like he just gently goes boop, and it's like, oh no, and just tips. So just watching the whole thing was just like, and then the thing that's supposed to go up and down to like, there's in the ball. I'm so ignorant on this stuff. It's supposed to be motorized, whatever, and that was not working. And I was like, because of course I don't even know how my own thing works. So anyway, we found the little manual, whatever, and he cranked it on there. And in my head, I'm like, what if he doesn't get it on there correctly? And that just again, anxiety brain. So once he had it hooked up, I was out of there. I was like, I'm not watching him drive it because again, the entire time I will picture it tipping over and maybe rolling, and then rolling into the Lake Superior, and I will never see it again. And then I will owe the bank a lot of money for a thing I do not have. So anyway, we get there, and then the person that's supposed to be there to greet me and show me where to put it is not there. It's not there at all. And I'm thinking, that's awesome because it's cold and I have to pay him money for bringing this here. So I don't want him to bring it back. I don't want to pay him $100 for no apparent reason, or more than that, because I don't know if I'd have to pay him more for bringing it back. And so I just found a spot and I hadn't put it there. I made a text the guy that runs it. I'm like, hey, I did this. I hope that's okay. But I also hope that it doesn't get impounded or I get fined or something, or that it gets stolen. That'd be great. Anxiety. But the funny thing is even though I'm still anxious, it's not overwhelming, which is interesting because beforehand, it probably would have been. Like, I would have been thinking about it all day, I would have been steeped in it, and also, I have had a few just insecurity thoughts. Just kind of being like, oh, I wish I could like trim down a little bit. And like, oh, how do I compare in this sort of way? Like, I'm not in tune in certain ways. And also, like, my ex-partner was talking about like new people that he's been with. And I'm just like, oh, like, compared to the fun they're having, like, I feel like I'd be kind of boring. Like, I don't feel boring, but like, they're just the thought of like, oh, like, you can't do that thing that lady can do. Or this lady. All these ladies have all these fancy superpowers and like kink things where they're just like, oh, and I'm just like, my body likes to play hard to get apparently or something. I don't know. But anyway, insecurity thoughts. And they were not fun, but I basically was like, okay, I'm feeling this, but I know I have lots of good qualities and I'm just gonna not let that in right now. And I just kept telling myself that a little bit throughout the day and distracted myself, and I was okay. And it was really interesting because normally I would spiral and just get into like a really bad headspace and be like, oh no. But instead, I was able to think like, no, I got good qualities and I can be fun. And it's okay that I'm not the same as some other people because of me. And everyone is different. And so it is really interesting that worked. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm so used to getting stuck in certain mindsets. And so getting unstuck pretty quickly is neat. I like it. It makes me happy. I've been doing decently well at keeping up with my self-care, so maybe that's helping too. But I like it. And so basically the moral of the story, if there's a moral to this rambling tale, is to just be like, hey, I'm not gonna let that in, and maybe distract yourself. Maybe watch a YouTube video or a little TikTok. Maybe not, depends on what you watch on YouTube and social media and all that. But maybe listening to a good song or going for a jog or doing some yoga or meditating or whatever. But just something to kind of redirect you if needed can be helpful. And self-care. All the self-care every day if you can. Okay, bye.